Hey there, welcome to RollToWin episode 8. We had a
really?
And it's late. We're tired. We had a 1,000-point game. Simon's first game on Tyranid. With Tyranid on the videos, and me with my orcs again with a little bit of a different list. Again, we'll go to Rob to get the out of game perspective first before we talk about things. What
the unbiased perspective?
What did you think about the game?
Oh, it was very interesting, very intense.
One thing, first non-annihilation orc game,
and no Gretchen.
And
no Gretchen. No Gretchen for the objective.
No.
And no attitude.
And no attitude.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to. I'm happy about that.
So yeah, I mean, very interesting. I mean, I was happy with the way the board was set up in the beginning. It created, I feel like it really came together in the way the fight manifested. One of the flanks was completely ignored by everybody. There was some initial, posturing with the copters, and some of the warriors, but eventually everybody abandoned that flank because the real fight was going on the far side, where one of the objectives actually got placed on that flank. I think the two opposing objectives in the different buildings and the one that was sort of out in the open really made for an interesting sort of game of cat and mouse, like who's going to jump out in the open first scenario.
I mean, we could have easily both just sat in our objective, did nothing. That's not how the game ended up. I mean, I sat at mine the whole game, I'll say it.
Well, I mean, the group of boys buttoned up inside there, but your stuff still moved. I mean, you had your bikes come out and flank around the other building. Didn't go so well for them. But, I mean, there was definitely movement. The Termagants were in that building. They never really got out of there once they got in there. They tried moving afterwards. They never got out.
Well, they tried to move out because Simon had a good idea of planting his warriors in there who had the range and the guns that could have actually hurt my orcs or whatever else was there.
It was going to be a fair firefight between the... there. Not necessarily fair as an even, but fair as in there was going to be something that was going to happen. But really, in the end, what I think really stands out about the game is that it started out with the Tyranids just mopping the floor with you.
Yeah, whether it be bad rolls or just the not
reserves.
Really used. Yeah, the reserves really screwed around with me. Just me not really being used to fighting them. And I think, truthfully, and this is something that I realized about halfway through the game, I was playing a defensive orc game a little bit.
Yeah.
And then one turn, I was I asked, or I think I just mentioned, I'm like, man, should I move forward with my orcs or should I move back? And I'm like, wait, you're making me question my orc, ideals. And then from then on, I played a super aggressive game with my knobs and Warboss, and that was sort of the turning factor.
Yeah, you sort of, found your guts.
Yeah.
PG-13. and took your boys, ran them across the field. You finished off the Hive Tyrant that had, found his manhood before you. And then you completely marched over there. And then that squad not only took out all of the Termagants, they then took out all of the warriors as well.
Then that decided the game, right?
Yes, because then they consolidated onto objective, and then you finished 2-0. I mean, if the game would have gone on further, it would have been 2-1. But, yeah, I mean, that was neither here nor there. There were just some really epic moments in the game overall.
Absolutely,
the crazy grand melee that ended with the single Gene Stealer finally coming out on top over that huge group of boys.
Yeah, because what was in there? There was Copters, the entire unit of Gene Stealers, the Ludas, my mob of boys,
the Hormagants,
and the Warriors.
Yeah, and then
that was a 6-unit melee.
It was crazy.
And just think, all the numbers and the dice rolls, out of all that comes with one model. That is crazy.
Yeah, and it definitely that conflict had gravity on the match. It seemed to pull everything towards it.
Yeah, which is weird because at deployment, I was like, well, I'll just stick these guys here. It's this seems like the best place for the Ludas. They can shoot a lot. I'll send the boys there because there's an objective. I figured the main fight would be
on this side, where the 3 objectives were.
Yeah, but it was neat. It was a cool little melee. Lots of super intense moments. And yes, as I was saying, MVP of the game.
And Gene Stealer.
Definitely that one Gene Stealer. That unit was good.
5 Gene Stealers, very.
Yeah, when I attacked them with the Copters, I really thought, I'm like, okay, well, I'll shoot down. I'll kill 3 of them. I'm twin linked. Yeah. I'll kill 2 of them. Nope. Killed all the Copters. One thing I realized in this game, low initiative really sucks. It screwed me more than I want to admit. It killed the bikes, it killed the Copters, it killed
those orcs.
Yeah, just time and time again, Simon was either sweeping, advancing me, or attacking before me and killing the unit. it was interesting, and I wish there was something I could do with the orc list to try and negate that. But I mean, I think the orcs are like just bring lots of guys so that you can't all die, and then power claw them to death.
Yes, Power Klaws. Man,
Huge
I haven't had a lot of
factor.
experience with multiple wound models and stuff before because I play Eldar and there really aren't. I don't use any.
Yeah.
And the Eldar have low strength, so it's not worth using power weapons or power fists. But like those orc boys, like on the church, it's strength 9 with the power fist. Like
It chews
makes a
through
big
like units
difference.
like warriors.
The warriors, like doing great, like for the shooting, they're pulling their own. Like did some wounds in melee. Then like one knob just kills my whole squad.
Yeah, and that's earlier on in the game. I was trying to think. I'm like, how am I gonna? Because again, I'm used to fighting Tower Eldar, where my poor orc shooting will like I can get enough hits and wounds that they'll either die or run away. But I was thinking about it. I was like, there's no way I can deal like that many wounds on the warriors and really like kill them. I was like, man, how am I going to deal with this? And it just so happened that Simon assaulted me, and my power claw ended up killing them. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. And then
your workaround to lots of wounds.
Yeah. Either way, just a really good game. It was close. I thought for sure I was going to lose by turn 2 or so.
When they really shifted around, like the balance of power was very much all over the place.
One of the ones I felt underperformed a little bit. I thought they would be much better than they were.
Yeah. I think it could have just been a poor dice roll. Like I wouldn't completely discount them yet.
They're cheap too. They're like 6 points a model. So
orcs.
Yeah,
I think in that scenario, the orcs would win just a kind of grind. Like if they were just stuck in combat, I think the orcs would come in.
Point for point, there was a little bit more.
Higher weapon skill, higher toughness. Yeah. So, I tried bikes out. Bikes are kind of cool.
They're good guns.
I'll try them some more, but I still like my copters a lot better. I think I'm going to try sticking to them. I just figured I'd give the bikes a fair shake. Warboss is really cool. I mean, it could have just been this match, but he seemed definitely worth the shaking and trying again. It was him making knobs a troop choice that saved me the game a little bit. Knobs are good. They're not something I normally run. They're kind of not how I want to play orcs. I like playing a shooty orc, which is not great. But yeah, knobs are good. I mean, in close combat, I think that has been said more times than already.
Anything you guys would have done differently in the game?
No, not really. I was pretty happy with how the game went. I like playing a game of like leaving one side not defended, where just powering through the other side, because I find it's pretty effective. Because you can just then flank around, like sweep out your opponent's somewhat meager defense, like if they try to spread out evenly, and then come around and get behind their lines. I did that sort of in this game with the Ludas and the Spotted Boys, and then bringing the Copters over.
And the bikes were in the center to move.
Yeah, exactly. So I was more or less happy with that. Maybe one thing I would change is at the beginning of the game, I had no idea what I was doing with the Warboss. He kind of just sat around for a couple of turns, didn't do anything, and then in the last 2 turns, came out into his own. So no, I mean, aside from that little Warboss thing, I think I was pretty happy with it, Simon.
I think I probably should have chose to attack the Warboss
with the Hive Tyrant.
With the Hive Tyrant on the first turn, like over there by the building, because then if I potentially could have killed him, then it would have been a very different later game. Like my Hive Tyrant would probably still have lived another turn at least.
Yeah, I think
like your
the Warriors would have survived.
Would have lived.
If the Hive Tyrant would have held up the knobs longer, the Gaunts may have survived as well. They may not have gotten Flamethrower. They wouldn't have gotten Flamethrower down. So.
So that's in your opinion sort of like one of the turning points?
Yeah, it was the turn where I realized that like Power Fist is the same turn that like all my warriors over there. It's like, wow, Power Fists are pretty dangerous. Like, it's not good. I was hoping to, instant death a bunch of knobs is why I did it on the second.
We'll be playing again and be putting up videos again. I know we keep saying this, but we do want to start doing different things with the show. We're going to try doing some more like little hobby talk sections about painting or modeling or just armies in general. Maybe we'll talk about codexes as they come out, or just something a little different. So it's not just battle reports. We really want to build this into a big real show,
Or multiple topics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
just the game in general, really, as opposed to just how it's played.
Which is great, because we talk about the game
a lot
outside of these videos, so why not bring it into videos?
I think we've got some help
you guys. Yeah, absolutely. So if that's about it, I think we'll be done for episode 8. And we'll see you guys next time. Remember, always play for fun and roll to win.